Gentlemen, gentlemen, howdy. It is your boy, Rowdy McDowdy. And, yeah, I kind of wanted to do this stream a little bit earlier today, but I had to delay it for a little bit. And now I think I'm actually starting a little too late because I am kind of worn out. I actually woke up from like an hour-long nap, so I am still kind of groggy. But on the good news, or on the good side, rather, it's not going to be a long one today, because I'm just doing the Dream Car Championship today. I thought about doing the, at least like a couple hours of the Tsukuba race today as well, and then finishing it tomorrow, but one, I don't have time, and two, I probably don't have the energy for it today, to be honest. So, we're probably going to do all 9 hours tomorrow. So, yeah, that's happening. Anyway, yeah, Dream Car Championship, it's basically LM race cars like these, the Jaguar, or the Jag, I should say, the Camaro, and the GT LMs, plus like a few others, of course, I don't have. Now, at first, I was going to use this, but I started thinking about it a little bit, and honestly, this is going to be one of the fastest cars on the grid, so I don't want it to be in like a complete snooze fest. So even though like it's pretty much mandatory we have to use this at some point, I'm probably just going to use it in the cleanup stream for whatever races. So I'm rolling that one out. Where's the next one that I... So these two, well, actually this is the road car. I could have sworn I had the NSX LM race car too. Oh, there it is. But I actually didn't consider that one at all. I thought about using this one. So, yeah. And then obviously I thought about using the RX-8 or RX-7. This one, not so much. But as I was shuffling grids and trying to get a thumbnail for this stream, I noticed that there is one car that I haven't been able to drive yet, but it does show up in the event, so it actually fits. And that's this. The FTO Super Touring, so it's definitely one of the slower cars on the grid. It has like around 430 horsepower. Other cars are up to like 600 plus. So it fits, and maybe it'll be at least somewhat entertaining, being like a little bit slower than the competition. So I'm gonna buy hards, and I'm gonna buy mediums as well. So we'll just go ahead and do that real quick. And I'm not doing anything else. I'm not messing with the gear ratios. I'm not buying nitrous. We're just gonna rock the mediums or the hards. And yeah, that's pretty much it. 10 races, a lot, well, not a lot shorter, but a little bit shorter than I thought. I think the Polyphony Digital Cup races are actually longer lengthwise than these. But yeah, 10 races, starting at Opera Paris. And we'll see if the oddball car shows up on the grid. For some reason, the RSC Rally Raid car is, like, in this rotation for whatever reason. There it is. Right on cue. So, I think the Zonda is, like, way faster than the LM Spec, too. So that's definitely going to be, like, the car to watch out for. And I might actually have to qualify in at least a couple of these races, just because of like the rolling starts and stuff, especially on this track. Like, this track might be a problem, but if I don't get P1 on some of these races, I can always come back, and then at that point I'll use the LM Spec 2 to clear the rest of these out, or even the Zonda. I think I actually used the R390 in the race I thought I used the Zonda in, but yeah. It'll give us plenty of opportunities to try, like, a variety of cars, so... yeah, for the stream, by the way, chat, let me know what you guys think of the layouts. I know, the chat probably looks a little bit small, but the way I wanted to do the stream layout is I kind of wanted to, like, fill the empty space and not have anything obstructing the gameplay itself for the Let's Play episodes. So, yeah, I kind of... Okay. I got squeezed into the corner there, not my fault at all. But yeah, I just like threw this stream layout together last night. I also made some changes with my audio, so my mic settings, you shouldn't be hearing any noise, and it should be like a little bit more crisp, but I haven't really tested it that much. But yeah, how are you guys doing today? Chris, Edwin, Alex, Adam, nice to see y'all. Oh. I gotta watch out for that bump in the track right there. Oh, I didn't mean to press triangle. Or start. Yeah, it's been quite a while since I've driven this track. For sure. But I don't think I'm really going to have an issue getting back up to P1. Also, I think I'm going to try the try-hard camera, to be honest. I'm pretty sure this is an all-wheel drive car, too, so... might be dealing with a little bit more front wear because of it. But yeah, so tomorrow is going to be a rough one. 9 hours straight, or at least I'm hoping. And then after that, all we have is Formula GT, which is 15 1.5-hour long races, and a cleanup stream, and then the last 24-hour race. Yeah, I don't really, chase cam isn't really the best thing to drive in when you're using a wheel, for sure. Yeah, this is, actually, I think, this is more try-hardy. But in Spec 2, for example, it doesn't, like, the camera doesn't dip forward or give you a concussion whenever you bump something like this. Honestly, I kind of like it, but a lot of people, they get, like, a little bit dizzy from that. It's not, like, the best camera if you're, like, messing around in GT4 Online, though, that's for sure. It would be nice if you can have both the hood view with, like, the rear view mirror. Then that would be, like, really OP. This Zonda's actually taken off quite a bit. If I didn't screw up on lap 1, I'd probably be neck and neck with it. Or at least, like, keeping up. You know, the weird thing is, on GT7, I am terrible with the roof cam. Like, if I'm tryharding, then I either use bumper cam or I just drive in VR. But for some reason, like, I'd never go roof cam on that game, because it just feels weird to me. Even though, like, you could see where the ends of your car are way better. Okay, that's a little too much air. Also, yeah, today I am kind of rusty because I did have, like, a pretty fat nap before this stream, mistakenly. And, it's kind of, like, shut me down a little bit, and I haven't fully rebooted just yet. So, I'm gonna have to lock in here pretty soon. Lock in or bust. Nope, I'm using the FTO Super Touring. I thought about using the Impreza, but I like the FTO a little bit more. My obvious choice would have been the RX-7 LM because dream car, but I like FTOs as well, so... wanted to be able to drive this at least at some point during the Let's Play. There's a lot of like events in GT4 that, or I should say, like there's a lack of events in GT4 with certain kinds of race cars, like these, for example, and stuff like the R390, the Panos. Toyota 2J is a big one. Like, there's a lot of race cars that you really never get the chance to use, while still like being like competitive against the AI. They had the chance to with like GT All Stars and the World Championship, but they just decided to throw LMP1 and Group C into basically every event. So you're kind of forced to use those instead. Like, I would have loved to use the CLK and the F1 at some point, but there's just like no suitable races for it without like it being an absolute like what's the word I'm looking for? Like a complete masochism session. I don't know. Because I know a lot of people use like the CLK on the Fuji 1K, for example, but that just seems like way too hard of a task, or way too hard of a race. Especially like trying to gauge early on, like if it's actually doable. So that's kind of why I just cheesed it with went with the R92. I think the Ford GT is actually behind the RX-8 now. So it's been catching up. It started like 5th in the grid, I think. Art just wants to kick out on that bump every single time. But yeah, I'm definitely going to be qualifying for these next races, that's for sure. Because this Zonda is just going to take off every single time, it seems. This might be like another GT All-Stars incident where I start, or where I need to like not only qualify but also start ramming the Zonda and stuff just so I can win. Of course, I could have just picked the faster car from the start, but not everything can be a snooze fest. You know what? I've actually never played Most Wanted 2005. Yeah, I'm a poser, I guess. I played Carbon, I played Pro Street, I played Underground 2, but I did not play Most Wanted. Fronts are already getting kind of cooked. So this might be... Tire choice might be very track specific for this one. Beginner... I don't know why, but for some reason, out of everything, beginner course shows up in this championship. So, yeah, that's gonna be a 27-lap race in these cars around beginner course, of all places. Don't ask me why. I'm definitely going to have to use the hard tires for that, because it's just going to like eat away at my front lefts for sure. But yeah, race 1 down. I think I'm going to go ahead and save this for a thumbnail. Or I might save it for another race. Yeah, I'll just save it now. While I'm remembering it, because I'll definitely forget later. Okay. How? I didn't even know this was possible on an emulator. I have run out of room on my memory card, my virtual memory card. That's awkward. All right, well, forget that, I guess. I hope it doesn't mess up with my save. I did actually make a backup of the Let's Play save, so fingers crossed we'll be fine for that. So yeah. Oh, I didn't qualify, but whatever. It's a good start. I have 4-wheel drive and have a long straightaway. Get a big suck off these guys. Wait, what? Slipstream. Slipstream suck. Whoa! I don't know what the deal is with these pit maneuvers recently. It's never happened until like the last week. I just get wedged against an AI and I spin out. And now the race is probably over for me. That Ford GT is going to take off too. Also, can the RSC be considered a dream car if everybody just wants to sell it? Like, I don't know anybody who actually keeps one. Unless they want to do, like, rally events or something until they get an actual rally car. I'm actually going to push this. Or not. Even in the slipstream, I don't have the power. Which means we're not going to be catching up to the Zonda on the straights. Gonna have to do it here. If I even can. They might actually be on harder tires because I was getting like 15 A-Spec points with the on the grid when I was using the Ford before. I just gotta keep an eye on the time splits. 2-1 so far. And I'm also not the best at Tokyo in this direction. I am getting closer in that long sweeper though, so... I really need this slipstream, like, really bad. But I'm not close enough. And the Ford's too far back now for me to get a slipstream off it, so... I might have to do some shenanigans if I'm gonna win this. But all I can really do is like the gear trick and like some kind of suspension X or something, which probably won't help enough. I could also wall ride. That's always an option. I had soft tires, I could probably do it. On the right tracks, that is. This might be a situation where I do have to back out and use the RX-7 instead. Or the Jag. Might end up being the Jag. And the Ford's caught back up. Oh, there goes my mouse. There it is. Anytime the game freezes exactly that way, I know it's my mouse shutting off. Because PCSX2 is weird. Alright, so next race, I'm going to qualify. See if I can win the race if I start out in pole. If I can't, then I know the run is doomed. Because I know for a fact Test Course and Lasarth are in this lineup, and I'm going to be screwed for both of them. Oh, and the Nürburgring, of course. It's not an extreme event without the Nürburgring showing up. Yeah, I could use NOS too, but oh, that's what I get for not paying attention. Well then, that just got sniped. All right, well, let's just swiftly move on from that. That was pretty rough. Let's go for the pole position. If that doesn't help, then we're pretty much toast. And Deep Forest, probably going to have way better chances here, if anything. But it's also like, if I'm qualifying every race, it's going to add so much time to the championship. But, oh well. This race is probably winnable anyways, because I could just do this. Cutting the track right there counts for world record runs, so might as well count for this too. I actually haven't driven Deep Forest on this game in a while either. I think this is the only time it's showed up so far in extreme events. My track limits rules are, if it's paved, it's drivable. They wouldn't pave it if you couldn't drive on it. I'm gonna try out RPCS3 eventually. Not until, like, after this is done, of course, but... I still haven't tried GT5 or let alone 6 on an emulator yet. Okay, I kind of cut that a little bit. Okay, I don't know why, but everybody is bunched up way down there. And I've 6-second pull. Right. Okay, then. And the 4 GTs in P2. Alright, well, I'll take that. I mean, anything to get the Zonda down at points. Maybe they just had cold tires and they couldn't drive properly on certain parts of the track or something. The AI are kind of weird like that on the cold tires. But let's see what happens. I kind of want to keep my mirror up for this too. I don't want any more sneak attacks. Can't afford that. Okay, I still haven't figured that corner out just yet. I would imagine the Zonda's just a little bit heavier, but I have no idea. Okay, I gotta watch out for that. Seeing a surprisingly weird weight transfer for being all-wheel drive and whatnot. Hunter Iggy, good to see you. Is there a Fuji race in this championship? I don't remember if there is. Because if there is a Fuji race, then I know I'm absolutely screwed for that one too. Finally got that. Where's my Oh, dang it. I need to turn down my my light. A little too bright. Do I have the Ferrari racing wheel? No, this is just... I only have the regular ones that come with the bundles. And then just one extra Fanatec one that's just... It's the V1 Club Sport hub or something like that. I forgot what it's called, but... It's a universal hub with one of their like random wheel rims, and I absolutely hate the hub. And my number one problem with Fanatec right now is their ridiculous pricing. The V2 universal hub that I wanted to get at the like beginning of the year It was like 320 bucks, I think. That same item is now 500. So, yeah. Screw that. IRL RX-7? I don't have one. Yet. Monday. Well, unfortunately, the Zonda's back in P2, so I might have some issues with the points in the overall championship if this has any hope left at all. But I actually pulled away quite a bit, so that's a good sign. Yeah, something like the RX-9 or whatever. I just hope they don't screw it up like everybody else has been doing, bringing the popular sports cars back, but it's just a sedan with the badge slapped on it. Look at you, Honda, with your Integra. And now Prelude. Alright. Need to turn that down. Right. Alright, that's way better. Let's move on to race 3 real quick. Or 4, rather. On to race 4 out of 10. So yeah, 10 races in this championship. Oof. Well, at least the qualifying won't take long. This is going to be a hard one. Especially if you don't get the corners, like, absolutely perfect, because if you clip a wall, then it's going to slow you down way too much. And I don't have the power to stay into a slipstream. Tires aren't really warm at all yet, but neither are theirs. Whew. That was close. Already 1-2 ahead. Alright, well, this one piece of cake. Maybe. This is the part where I'm slowest. Alright, P1, 2-4. Let's not let them have another chance to put down another lap. End it right there. Ford GT behind me again. Rolling start. They are going to have a slipstream, but yeah, the technical part of the track is the first half of the lap, so hopefully I'm far enough ahead by then where it won't be that much of a problem. Tires are cold. That Zonda's going to be around the Ford any minute. I don't really need to lift right there. You know, it kind of does look like a large cleaver or butcher's knife. Now that you point it out. Way too wide. They're probably going to keep up with me this whole time. I just need to focus on my own driving. Because once I start clipping the walls over and over again and losing too much speed, then yeah. Yeah, the LM Spec 2 definitely doesn't sound like an actual V8 in this game. It sounds very underwhelming. But they fixed it in Spec 2. The Spec 2 is fixed in Spec 2. Who'da thunk? Okay, that's what I'm talking about right there. That's bad. Zonda's in front now. Can't be doing that. I wonder how much Ford GTs go for these days. I know they were like $500,000, but I wonder about today's money. Alright, finally got that right. Just need to do that 3 more times. Pulling away pretty decently now. Still can't really get that quite right, though. Okay, for some reason I'm super late on that turn-in. little too close for comfort now. Oh, 35 flat for that. Nice. 1 in the 1,000 chance. Okay, this is the closest it's been this whole time, but thankfully the race is about to end. It's just turn 2 is so awkward. But we're good now. Alright, things are looking up. We're 2 for 4. And there's at least a couple tracks that I know for sure I can get a win on. And a couple others that I know I'm doomed. But we're gonna keep going with it. I think your stream might be a little bit behind because the race is already like 10 seconds over by the time I saw your message or comment. Race number 5. I forgot where we are. Please don't be a speed-based track. Okay, Hong Kong. Oh, 7 laps. Oof. This might be a big problem for my tires. Yeah. It's a normal direction, at least. I'm way better at the normal direction than reverse. I'm pretty sure this is worse than Opera Paris, as far as, like, tire life goes. Plus, there's like these really awkward curbs that kind of unsettle your car on the racing line, so that's always fun. It's just pulling me towards the wall whenever I hit them. Also, I like how the AI's like starting position automatically changes based on the last race, but yours doesn't. That was a really sloppy lap. This one's even worse so far. Yeah, especially on the brakes, like if you have like slight steering input going into a corner, the rear end will just like to kick out on you. These curbs are so annoying here. Yeah, GT3's FTO was goated. Oh, okay. Over my last few events that I've qualified for races, I have noticed that qualifying isn't really an accurate gauge of the competition, so 2-9 ahead on my qualifying lap, it's probably not going to reflect that much in the race itself. But at least Zonda has to work to get into P2 again, especially around this track, so... yeah. See what happens. I'm just worried about my tires getting chewed up before the end. Before that point, I think I might be fine, especially if I don't, like, put down terrible laps. So this might be a race where I just go full lock-in mode. Okay, that's an invisible barrier I just clipped. Nice. I'm just going to try to stay off the curbs if I can. No, I didn't plan to use this car at first. I was going to use the Ford, but then I realized it was too OP. Then I thought about using the Jag or the RX-7, but I didn't use this until last second because as I was trying to get a thumbnail for this, I saw it show up on the grid, and I was like, hey, I can use the FTO, so... yeah. I wanted a chance to use it at least some point in the series, so this is it, I guess. And in the cleanup stream, I'll use the Ford for the races I didn't get P1 in. I might use a Jag a little bit, too. There is one American Championship race that I didn't get P1 in. So I'll either use a Ford for that one too, or I'll use like the 2J if I have it. I don't think I have the 2J actually. I think it's just a car you buy. Yeah, the same one that's behind me, the Spec 2. Ford's still holding off the Zonda pretty well. Kind of pulling away by 2 seconds every lap, it looks like, for now. I think my tires are going to fall off by, like, lap 6. That corner is always going to be weird. I know I could go wider on the entrance for that corner, but if I hit that curve, the car just goes flying. And it could point me in the wrong direction, so I'm just awkwardly, like, slowing down too much at it. Same with this one coming up. I'll hit the curb on this one, but I just know it's not gonna like it. Yeah, like that. Also, the Ford kind of caught back up a little bit on that lap, so I am falling off a little bit, or their tires have finally warmed up, and now they're closing the gap. No, this is vanilla GT4, but it is emulated. It's not Spec 2. People are probably getting confused with me calling the Ford GT LM Spec 2 the Spec 2 and then confusing that with the Spec 2 mod. But no. Yeah, I'd assume a lot of these tracks, like world record laps, are just like luck based on if the car behaves correctly over the curbs or not. This one, Opera Paris for sure. Yeah, I actually kind of got used to left foot braking because of sim racing, and now I'm able to do it on track too, in real life. Whereas before, it would just feel like so weird to me. Like my left foot always gets used for the clutch, and so whenever you're driving a manual car, of course, your right foot uses the brake as you need a downshift with your left foot. But if you're on the brakes and like you tap the throttle a little bit like I'm doing, it kind of stabilizes the car, especially on like the oversteery cars. If the rear end's starting to slide out too much, you just like give it a tiny bit of throttle and it'll straighten out a little bit. It's like super useful on the roofs. And the Zonda overtook the Ford and is now leaving it in the dust. Nice. It's actually catching up to me pretty quickly too, but thankfully the race is over. If this would have had 1 or 2 more laps, I probably would have been toast. And I'm surprised my tires held on this long too. So, Opera Paris is harder on your tires, confirmed. So I should just be like 4 points ahead in the points now. So that gives me a little bit of breathing room, but not much. And this is where it all comes crashing down. Alright, well, I know for sure. Downforce, this is getting yeeted. I have to remember to turn that back up next race. D ratios are getting extended. I don't think I need to use a gear trick for this. I think that will be good enough. I am actually worried about starting too slow and then just not ever being able to get into their slipstream. Because once their slipstream is gone, it's gone. I'm not getting back in it. I'd have to like push the RX-8 along or something. Actually, no, even that wouldn't work. Because I was falling behind the Ford GT in the slipstream on Tokyo, so... Well, just gotta hope for the best, I guess. I don't think qualifying is gonna help me either. So... At least I don't have to worry about a launch. Alright, so far so good. Please go around it, please go around it. This car is, I don't know why, but this car is pretty unstable right now. I'm not gonna go anywhere with this. I might actually be faster out of it. Yep. Gotta love it. Well, they have now disappeared. This is now turned into mission 23. Except I'm screwed. The RX-8 is topping out as well. It's over. It's so over. Alright, well... I knew for sure this was going to be doomed anyways, but I figured I'd try with the downforce. I'm just going to be cruising to the finish now. The car is, like, noticeably unstable now. Oh, okay. It's a freak force feedback jump. Also, I have a dead zone set on my wheels, so if I let go of it like this, it should go perfectly straight, but it doesn't. That might be like Fanatec software related, not staying like perfectly centered. Well, at least we only have to suffer like this for 2 laps. And hopefully the Ford can actually like sneak out in front. That'd be ideal. The Zonda's points by 4. This and Route X might actually be the worst tracks in the entire franchise. Low key. Imagine suffering through 20 laps of this on Gran Turismo 3 to get a 787B. Alright, well... Hey, at least the Ford took P1. That's gonna give me, like, a little bit of an advantage in the points. I can't even see my points because my chat's covering it. So I'm tied with the Zonda. The alternative would have been being 4 points behind the Zonda, so overall good for me. This one is, yeah, 27 laps around beginner course. What is wrong with them? Genuinely. But yeah, downforce. Crank those back up. I think I'm just going to go straight up, just throwing the hard tires on, just in case, because I do not see mediums lasting long enough. And I'm definitely going to lower this too. Matter of fact, I think I'm doing this right. Yeah. Alright. Time to qualify around like a 30-second long track. Oh, so that's why they're bunching up. The Zonda's actually at the very back of the pack. That's why the Ford's been able to qualify P2 this whole time. Me being on hard tires is definitely going to make this way harder. But I just don't want to risk it. Alright, P1 by half a second. I'm taking it, and we're starting this thing. Alright, well... Oh, and the Zonda's in P2. Whatever, it was going to get P2 this race anyways. Alrighty. Oh, after this race, I think I'm going to back out and change the oil for like a temporary horsepower boost. Because I think next race is either Nürburgring or Lasarth, so I could really use it. Also, I could cheese this if I really needed to, cut corners. That Zonda is just on me. Don't need any of that. For sure. Actually, now that I think about it, the traffic is going to be my greatest ally in this race because the AI are terrible at overtaking themselves, so as soon as I start lapping traffic, however many that will be, I should be able to get like a slight advantage. Tires are nice and warm now. If I hit that pit lane wall, I'm screwed. Probably for the rest of the championship, honestly. Because that wouldn't just put me back into P2, that put me to, like, P4. Zonda is here. It's gonna shove me off the track. I can feel it. Come on, Toyota RSE. Block this guy for me. Not right here. Not here of all places. This is actually the worst spot. Literally the worst spot. That's better. And it has an easy overtake. Of course it does. Alright. This just got real. No, I have not been able to use the 2007 yet. Unfortunately. There's just not really anything it fits in. Unless you want to cheese something. Honestly, I thought I would have a much better advantage than I would, but I don't. Oh, there it goes. It's gonna shove me off the track. It's over. Oh, it actually went a little wide right there. Please do it. That would be so funny and helpful. Oh man, I was really banking on this being one of the easier races. I might have to qualify for both Nürburgring and Lasarth. Which is not only 1 lap, but 2 laps for that to count. And now the RX 8 and 4 GT are on me. And good thing I didn't go with mediums, because my front left is definitely getting chewed up. If I was able to use the mediums, it probably wouldn't be that big of a deal. Oh, Zonda's getting held up now. Or now. Not enough. I'm still gabberflasted of why they would pick this track for this championship. It's so stupid, but whatever. I'm using the FTO. Alright, one more lap of this nonsense. I think there's no chance, even if I was able to hold off the Zonda. It's just way too far ahead now. I'm surprised the Ford isn't doing better, and also, that happened. I guess they shoved each other into there. Ah, well, unfortunate. So I'm now 4 points behind once again. 54 to 50. That Ford GT can get a P2 again with me being in P1, that'd be nice. Or it just finishing in front of the Zonda anywhere, really. So, yeah. 3 races to go. Let's go ahead and move to the next race, and then I'll back out, get a car wash, and an oil change. Which might... I'm probably doomed for this race anyways, but it might help. I don't know. So let's see if I can actually... No, I can't. Cancel. Do I have to draw? No. Cancel. Alright, let's do this real quick. I'm pretty sure washing the car does nothing for, like, the performance. I think, like, some time ago I read it does good for, like, the aero or whatever, but I doubt it. But I like shiny things, so clean it anyways. And this should be, like, a somewhat decent horsepower boost. Drink up, oil man. Even if I have the chance to sabotage the Zonda, I might actually do it. I might not be able to qualify P1, but... So, just go back into here. I might not be able to qualify P1, but even if I get P3, that'll be way better than getting P6. Because everything is about the slipstream here. And it's only 2 laps, so I'm definitely putting the mediums on. I think there's like literally nothing else I could do to this. It's a SARF 2, so there's no chicanes, so that should be fine. Got full downforce. Yeah, there's nothing else I could do. That's it. 451 horsepower, so that was a 30 boost. Let's see what it does. I might not even get past the RX-8. The Impressive for sure I'll beat, but RX-8 might be a tough one. I will have the advantage of warm tires, though. And quarter cutting. I forgot about that. I don't have to hit the apex the same way they do. I could just send it. As long as they don't over-send. Like that. Gotta make sure I knock those over. They're already on their running laps right now, so the Zonda is going to get held up, but it's also going to get a little bit of a slipstream too, so I'm expecting the GT to be in... At least as far as the AI goes in front. And me, I guess, too. There's no way I'm beating it without a slipstream. I'm really tempted to just send it through the Ford chicane. I should have checked what the other races are, but I don't even think I could. Okay, let's not do that next time. No 360, no scopes. Good thing this lap isn't timed yet. Alright, here we go. Could have gone way faster through that. Get off the gravel. Ugh. Yeah, imagine sausage curves on this track in this game. The FIA were... That's like... The FIA is like world-renowned for making dumb decisions. Sausage curbs are definitely like the worst they've ever made. By far. Like, what were they thinking? If somebody abuses track limits, just give them a damn penalty. Instead, they want to turn their cars into rocket ships. Send them into orbit. Cone. Driving on the side of the road actually slows you down on the straight, so no cone knocking on this lap. Also, I've only dropped 1 second on this straightaway so far. I think. Forgot what my previous time split was, actually. We'll find out. It was 2.7 just now. Cut the shit out of that. Somehow faster beats me. I might actually get pole position here. Which, it makes no sense, but... This car is surprisingly unstable at speed. Like, it just wants to pull left and right. Now's the technical section of the track, which I have the advantage of. And I'm 2-2 in front. Then again, their tires are colder, because I'm pretty sure they're on super hards. Two again. Yeah, they can be kind of weird on straights sometimes, like test course around the corners, they just like hover at like a certain speed for whatever reason. 5.4. I don't get it, but I'll take it. Okay. Oh, and of course the Zonda's in P2. That figures. Alright, well, qualifying went well. The race, that's going to be a completely different story. Because really the qualifying isn't, like, that good of a gauge as to what the race will be like. Especially when their tires actually fully warm up, that's when things are going to get sketch. And they're behind me, so they have a slipstream, so... Might just go ahead and let them by, to be honest. But then again, I probably shouldn't. Then again, I probably shouldn't bother fighting them. I should just... If they catch up to me, they catch up to me. Whatever. Just drive the car driver. Just fill the hole filler. Sure, jackass. Alright, here it comes. I definitely don't want it to slingshot past me. So I'll try to block it. Force it to slow down. I don't want to try to block it like the entire time because that's when I get pit maneuvered. GT's way too far behind to do that. This car is so... Oh my... Of course it's in the way. Of course it is. I'm kind of nervous about this car, like, completely losing it into a corner. It's just oddly unstable. I really can't let the Zonda win this race. If it does, I need to win the last two. Like, win them. No more room for error. Takes me too long to get up to speed, too. Don't do that anymore, car. Oh my god. If I try to force it, then it would shut me off track. This is bad. That was a send. This was a send. And I'll be back up in no time. Okay, so at low speeds, the Zonda out-accelerates me way too much. But if we're already at speed, and it doesn't slingshot past me, then I'm good. I'm not even trying to actively block it. If it wants to go around, it'll go around. Give it a little bit of room. And go. I actually need to take the inside this time. If it takes the inside, then I can't really hit the corner the way I want it. Alright, well, not like it made a difference. Or it was just too sloppy. Now I'm actively blocking. Oh, man. Staying alive. Staying alive. Okay, I like this gap. I like this gap. I don't think it's enough, but I like it. Okay, I don't like it. It was nowhere near enough. Thanks for the bump. Did it just go off? It did. I didn't even push it off track. It did it on its own. Noob. Well, that works. I didn't even have to cheat. Let's go. Well, that worked out in our favor. I don't know what that dude was thinking, but that just made this championship go from extremely difficult to plausibly doable. I'm gonna need to get another oil change too. I'm gonna oil change before every race. Oh wait, next race is El Capitan. This one gonna be a walk in the park. The AI are trash around here. Matter of fact, I might not even qualify, but I'm going to anyways. As long as a car doesn't get flung out into space on the jump or the reverse corkscrew, I'm good. Pretty sure the last race is Nürburgring, but I could potentially be wrong. Yeah, this would be an awesome track to return for sure. Along with the rally layouts. Alright, this is the part I'm nervous about right here. This whole section. And this car being this car. Yeah, that jump is not going to be sport mode friendly. Or, well, GT7 friendly at all in that matter. Because GT7's jump physics are strange, to say the least. Best case scenario, RX-8 qualifies P2. There is a chance that the AI could, like, completely crash out too, so who knows? Beautiful. 4 ahead already. We're not even to the slow part of the track for them. Eight, 3. Oh, okay. Get back over. I had it until I didn't. Yeah, first yawn of the night. I'm getting there. All right, 8-3. I'm taking it. Wasn't going to be that big of an issue in the first place, but you never know. I could completely, like, botch it. Always that chance. Bye-bye. I don't think I've ever taken that sector more perfectly. That was art. Straight up. Oh, there we go. It was bound to happen. Yeah, I am kind of curious of, like, what GT7 physics would be like on this track. They'd probably have to make just way too many changes. This section, I know for sure, would have, like, way less elevation. Hell, they might even turn it into a straightaway with, like, a chicane here instead. They can, but they just... All three of those tracks are changed so much, they barely, like, resemble the originals. I mean, there's, like, some resemblance, but... Trial Mountain's flow is completely broken. Deep Force flow is... English. That one's messed up. And Grand Valley, oh my... The only one that's, like, still mostly the same is High Speed Ring. They just, like... The only main differences there were... Oh my, where am I going? Was, the banking and turn 2, pretty much. Everything else is basically the same. Second yawn. Alrighty, just one more race to go. So, as far as the points go, I am... Hurry up, I can't math in my head that fast. 6 points ahead of the Zonda, so... If the Zonda gets P1 and I get P3, then we tie. Which is always like... Sometimes a game will give it to you, sometimes it won't. I think the game goes ahead and gives you the win if you tie for the points. But I'm not certain. So, yeah. Fingers crossed that it's not the Nürburgring, because I'm probably screwed there. In a car like this... Oh, it's Monaco, I forgot. Well... I need to go and change the oil anyways. Plus, I'm going to use the mediums. If they start falling off towards the end, I'll just have to hold the Zonda back. But yeah, Monaco, that's a interesting one. Monaco, the track that is not coming to GT7, even though everybody said it was coming to GT7. Yeah, sometimes I forget about it too. Or, not even, like, actual Monaco. Timu Monaco. So, yeah. I'm not really that concerned about the Ford this time. I'm sure it's going to qualify P2 anyways, in front of the Zonda. Because that seems to be the trend. But as long as I can get P2, even if the Zonda gets P1, I win the championship. So I'm going to have to, like, lock in extra hard this time, because I have no idea how it's going to turn out. There's this long uphill section at the very start, so I know they are definitely going to have the power advantage. This part's going to be pretty bad, too. Yeah, it's been a pretty close one this whole time since I'm using the FTO with no nitrous or anything. Just mediums and hards. Almost turned in too early. Car is absolutely horrible in that corner. Okay, 5-5. Right. Sure thing. Alright, well, easy pole. 7-3. Sure. The whole race, Zonda's gonna be, like, right up in my... Whoa, speaking of... Wow. Zonda's in P5 for whatever reason. Alright. Only good news for me, I guess. It might have a little bit hard of a time getting back up to P2, if it's even getting there at all. I lost the first two races, test course, and I think that's it. First two races, test course, oh, and beginner course. Okay, maybe I made a little bit too big of a deal out of this race, because I'm already, like, smoking them. For now. Honestly, I kind of hope this track doesn't show up in GT7 because it's just bad. It's bad in every way. There's no reason it should be on the F1 calendar. But it is because, like, prestige and rich people shit. This track is gonna suck in Formula GT. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Like we did this track a lot early on in GT4 Online for whatever reason. We did the LM race cars. I think I was in the RX-7 as always. Or at least I think I was. Alright, still don't know how to do that. So I could end up with a 12-point lead at the end of this. No. Right? Yeah, 12. Quick months. Oh yeah, I forgot. Didn't the, like, when they had that big DDoSing incident and the servers had to be reset, didn't everybody have to remake their passwords and usernames and stuff? I think I remember that. It would be nice if they could get the other features of online working, or even like just start modding it. And then like make the modded version like the new normal one that everybody plays. Yeah, true. I don't even bother like doing any of the, like even any of the fan-made time trial stuff, just because of that. And plus, like, there's no way to, like, actually tell if somebody's cheating either. The first thing I would do is, like, make replays work with it. Like, online in general. Not being able to save replays kind of, like, limits what you're able to make for content. So, that would be the first thing I would do. And then do, like, race setups, like, after that. Like, being able to change, tires you start out on, and I don't know, whatever else. Alright, one more lap around here. Tires are dead, but it doesn't matter. That Zonda is still held up. Yeah, probably, if that ever, like, becomes more mainstream. Yeah, I'm on mediums right now. I didn't really think they would last the whole race, but it's not that big of a deal, considering the gap. I did buy hards, though, just in case. Only had to use them once. And the steering's gone. Bring it around town. Bring it around town. Alright, well, second to last extreme event is complete. All that's left here is Formula GT. But tomorrow, we have 9 hours of suffering. It's probably going to be like a 10-hour stream, but yeah. Zonda in P4, somehow. So, yeah, that results in a 13-point lead over it. I'll take it. So, we'll get our prize money and, obviously, the prize car. And I am going to hop right off and get something to eat because I'm starving. Bam. So, prize car. I would have wanted to save the replay, but for some reason my PCSX2 memory card is full, so that happened. Also, I forgot what car you win in this championship, but there it is. Don't have a use for it, but I'll probably use it to clean up some of the races. Because I have to come back and do these before the last race of the series. So, I got a ton of races to redo, actually. Also, I don't think it counts towards your completion percentage unless you get a gold, so that's probably the reason why it looks a little low right now. I'm pretty sure. I really hope I'm not missing like an entire one make series somewhere or something like that. So, yeah. Let's go search for this thing. There you have it. So, with that being said, there are 3 events remaining outside of the cleanup stream. Tomorrow is a Tsukuba 9-hour. That's going to be brutal. After that, Formula GT, that's going to be brutal. And then the final race of the series, the 24 hours of Lasarth with chicanes. Turbo brutal. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one. Alright, chat. Thank you guys for stopping by today's stream. I don't know. I think I'm just going to start the stream tomorrow whenever I'm up and ready for it. I don't think I'm going to schedule it ahead of time, so just keep your notifications on. I'll be live for probably 10 hours straight, so it's going to suck. Lord have mercy indeed. So, yep. Thank you guys for stopping by, and I'll see y'all